So we're going to look at how do Belbin roles work in teams. So this is the 9 different Belbin roles. We can see there's the 9 roles all have their strengths and weaknesses. So we can see the roles shaper, implementer, complete finisher, coordinator, team worker, resource investigator, plant, monitor, evaluator and specialist. And as it says there, each person brings to the team, they bring to the table some strengths, and also because we're human we all have certain weaknesses as well. There are plenty of quizzes online so you can go out there and see which kind of team role you are. But I like, for ease of memory and to really make it work in real life, I like to focus on the orientation of the roles. So we're going to be focusing on things such as the action role. So these are the doers of the team, the people that kind of sleeves up, get stuck in. There's the people role. These are the people that really bring the team together and really create the team to be more than the sum of individuals. So they really develop the humanistic element of it. Then the cerebral roles. These are the thinkers of the teams. These have the ideas, these the vision that and move the team forwards in mental capacity. So let's have a look at how that works for teams we're aware of. So here we have our 3 key roles: cerebral, action, and people. And we're going to fulfill that with some teams. So first of all, I'm going to start with what I consider to be one of the greatest teams of all time, Scooby Doo. So as we can see with Scooby Doo, for a cerebral role, clearly that's Thelma. She did all the thinking, she laid the traps, she pieced the clues together. She didn't do it till the end of the episode, so she really needs a bit more thought process. But Thelma was the real thinker of the group. The action role was therefore played by Freddy. So Freddy was the action man. He'd get involved with all the scrapes and things like that. He'd be, try and jump onto the monster, etc. And the person that brought them together, the real jam to their sandwich, is Shaggy there. Thelma would never be friends with a jock like Freddy, but they had Shaggy in common, and he really rounded off that team. So if we come to a big team that was big in my childhood, we can have Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So cerebral role there was played by Giles. So he was the librarian, he had the thought process, he would research all the demons or whatever vampiric activities that they were happened to be fighting that week. Action role, clearly played by Sarah Michelle Gellar. What's interesting there is, in the old-fashioned cartoon version of Scooby Doo, Daphne was more of the people role. But when Sarah Michelle Gellar played Daphne in the movie version of Scooby Doo, she really turned Daphne into another action role. So it's interesting how she brought her Buffy kind of legacy over to the Scooby Doo team. Once again, if we look at Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the people role was then therefore played by Xander. There were other players in this team, so we had Willow. Once again, interestingly, Willow starts out as a cerebral role, but she kind of, as it develops and she got her witching powers, she really turned into the action role, etc. So there we can see in Buffy we've got Giles as the thinker, Buffy as the doer, and Xander there really bringing them together, really kind of coordinating the two and making sure everyone was happy. If we bring it up to a bit more of an update team, we've got the I forget which season it's. I don't think it's season 4, but season 1 to 3 of Hustle. So the cerebral role there is played by Mickey Bricks. So he's the thinker of the team. He comes up with a plan and how the con's going to happen. The action there is taken by Ash. So he really looks at, he gets things done. So if Mickey needs a website done, Ash does it. If they need a fake movie set, Ash makes it happen, etc. So Ash really makes it the things happen. So his action role, and the people role was sadly played by Robert Vaughn, who died earlier this week. So Robert Vaughn there was the roper. So he was the people charmer. He set out who to con, and he really looked after the team and brought them together, often teaching Mickey a few things about the human side as well. And then if we go to what is considered by many to be one of the best teams, in fact it's in the name, look, they're the A team. The cerebral role was clearly, I'm going old school, so it was played by Hannibal there. So he was the man with the plan, and everyone loves it when a plan comes together. Action, did there come more bigger action than B.A. Baracus there? So he was the action man. He was the man that, if you needed a wall punching down, he got things done. And the people role was played by Face, often used as the ladies' man, but often used just to charm people as a whole. And that's how these teams work out. If you weren't familiar with those teams, I've created a few more here now, so you can hopefully you've got something in there that you're a fan of, whether it be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, a bit more recent with the Avengers movies or the Expendables. If you really want to geek out, you got there, look, 4 different types of Star Trek, and a couple of Star Warses, Walking Deads, the recent Arrow series, etc. So So how do Belbin roles work in teams? You've got to think about the cerebral, the thinkers, the action role, the doers, and the people, and get that blend right for your team.